button? Click it. Yes? Maybe. Maybe? Yes? Maybe. I think it says I'm live. We'll see. Oh man, it's so weird seeing yourself move in like a different time. And I don't know, like for me, it'd be easier to work if I have this light on, but I feel like it's not very, I don't like how my face light looks with that light on, so I'm gonna try to work without that, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I have this massive head of cabbage. It weighs like 6 pounds, and I'm about to start chopping away at that. So, yeah. I wanted to do this yesterday, but the video wouldn't load for some reason, and then I had a whole bunch of cat catastrophes where they got up to mischief. We had the one cat throw up 5 times, and then the other cat growled at the other cat and made him fall off of there and broke my beautiful goblet that used to be like this big and have a Snorlax that I painted on it. But you know, c'est la vie. So yeah, I had an eventful day yesterday. Me and the kitty children. And I thought I would just wait to do the kimchi video till I had energy again, because it was just a little bit, I don't know. Timing just didn't line up yesterday. And I wanted to make sure that I rested because it's impossible to tell whether it's a real symptom or a psychosomatic one, but I had like some like pulsating soreness in my throat. It was super fucking weird. It's nothing like any sore throat I've had before. It was more like just like a tightness, like someone like punched really hard towards the back of your throat. So I think it was related to anxiety. Nothing sore today. I don't know. But I thought it would be in my best interest and the best interest of anyone who comes into contact with me that I would rest rather than, you know, try to push too hard. People really, rest is good. Whenever you have an excuse to rest, do it. And like distract yourself in any way possible. This shit's weird times. Focus on anything that brings you joy, whether it's like temporary or like more long term, because personally I'm super interested in more like sustainability, gardening, and that kind of thing. Not just because of this, but it has kind of given an excuse to put a priority on those things, because why wouldn't you? Like, we all know that globally, and as far as greenhouse gases and everything go, it would be a good thing for everyone to be more self-sufficient, to have more solar energy, to do more gardening, to have anything you can buy local, make local. It's all good. So why wouldn't you, other than participating in an economy that doesn't give a shit about you? So, yeah. I think there's a lot of awesomeness to be gained from this forced assessment of our situation. And, I don't know. It's interesting. Weird times. So this recipe, I'm not really following anything in particular. I've just watched a lot of different, I love Chi. She's one of the main cooking video channels that I watch because I love Korean food. I've been to Korea 3 or 4 separate times. 2 times when I was a child, for sure. Once when I was 9, once when I was 14. And then once as an adult. So I think it's 3 times, unless if I'm forgetting something. Maybe we went once more. My dad was in the military, so it's kind of hard to remember all those memories moving around and stuff. My mind is always so blown by people who say they can remember shit like from when they were 2 or 4 with clarity, because to me it's all just like a big blur that I kind of sometimes remember because of like a specific smell or like food memory or something like that. But I love Korean food so much. The first time that I went there as a kid, though, I did not love the food. It was horrifically spicy. And I basically lived off of my mom being a very considerate, sweet mother that she was. She would carry around sugar and cinnamon with us anywhere we went. So anywhere we went, we'd just eat cinnamon and sugar rice. And we'd eat that instead of the spicy food or the weird tasting food that we had no frame of reference in our mind for. But somewhere between that first visit when I was 9, I think, and when I was 14, it like began to grow on me. We started going to Korean churches, actually. And we were trying to learn Korean, which I cannot speak Korean in any meaningful way, but I can read the syllables independently because the alphabet was a lot easier for me to understand rather than the like syntax of the language and everything. That's something I still, to this day, have not quite nailed down as far as understanding other languages with different syntaxes. Like, conceptually, I understand why there's different orders to the words that you use, but it's not something I've ever become fluent in. And when I went back there for one semester of college, it didn't really help me learn anything more about the Korean language because when you live in Seoul, it's basically, it's fairly easy to not actually speak Korean at any point in time. Like, there's a lot of ways you can just kind of either speak English or you can puzzle solve based off of the symbols. And, well, I mean, part of it was that the classes I was taking were basically art classes for Korean students who wanted to learn English. So I had no motivation to learn how to speak Korean in those classes because they wanted us all to speak English in those classes. And yeah, I really enjoyed my time in Korea at that point in time, though, because, I don't know, it was basically the only year that I kind of partied as a college student. I never, honestly, I think there were literally, not an underestimate, but literally 2 occasions at which I hung out with any other college students other than people I had already known. And even then, didn't hang out with them much. Like, I did not socialize in college at all. I never went to a dorm party, never went to a frat or sorority party of any kind. I was just too anxious for that. I was focusing all my attentions on doing my fucking homework. So, it was cool in Korea being trapped with a bunch of other international exchange students in a country that kind of like rewarded you for being foreign in a way. Like, if you were foreign, you could go to any club without a cover charge, in my experience anyway. I don't know if that's still the case or if it's universal or anything, but like, I got free tickets to a soccer game where I got a free hot dog and a free beer, and I got free tickets, free cover charge for any club. And like, they wanted you to mingle and experience the country, and that like left a very cool, positive impact on my view of that whole thing. I don't know what it's like to live in that country as someone who was born in that country, but for me, that was awesome. And to clarify, South Korea, obviously, not North Korea. I know next to nothing about North Korea. And, I don't know. I really liked it. Really liked the food. Never missed the food that we had in America. I had a guy who really, really wanted to date me, who would try to take me out to Italian restaurants or TGIF. And it was really hilarious and sad. Because I'm like, I'm not sad because I don't have American food. Like, I love Korean food. It's the best. I love the spiciness. I love the the stir fries, the kimchi, the tteokbokki. I'm not very good at Korean pronunciation and catching the nuance of the language, but like, yeah, if I could choose any place to live based on the food, it would be Korea. The culture, I'm a little bit less able to understand the nuance of. I don't remember how I quite got to here. I think I just mentioned mangchi because if you want to actually learn how to make kimchi, you should go watch Mangchi's videos or like, I don't know, some other videos with recipes, because right now I'm just kind of doing the thing that I've gotten familiar with doing rather than giving a tutorial. The basic gist of it is you want to wilt your cabbage using a combination of salt and water, and then you want to flavor it using a combination of green onions, carrots. I don't have any of the Korean radish that would be ideal for flavoring it. They're spacing on the name for it. Not bok choy. Bok choy is the kind of cabbage. No, Napa cabbage. Napa cabbage. Daikon radish. That's what it's called. Daikon radish. Daikon radish makes an amazing kimchi in itself as well, which I actually have some in the fridge, so I was thinking what I would do is take like about half of the daikon radish that I already have and then mix it in with this kimchi once it starts to kind of wilt, and hopefully that'll kind of balance it out. But there's not any, hang on, I'm gonna get the daikon radish so you can have a visual aid. Maybe? Where is the daikon radish? Where did it go? Oh my gosh. I don't know where it went. Where did it go? How could I lose my kimchi? Ragnar, where did you put my kimchi? No, that's pickles. And that's sauerkraut. That's mayonnaise. And that's... Well, what the heck? Where did I put it? Well, I don't know. I'm very good at losing things today, apparently. It's supposed to be in the fridge. Where else would it be? Whatever. Same place my glasses are, probably. I always just blame the pixies for whatever the heck is going on. Let's see. Computer says software updates are found. Well, you know, at the moment, that's not what I'm worried about. Oh my gosh. Don't zoom out because I don't have my glasses. Alright. Testing. Does chat work? And does video audio seem to... Okay. I'm very new to this. Apologies. A million times apologies. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm not a professional... I mean, kind of anything. But, you know, I try my best. Oh boy. I mean, where the heck did I put my cabbage kimchi? I don't know. Ugh, daikon kimchi. This is cabbage. That's daikon. Whatever. Oh man, it's so hard to not tongue tie yourself while doing these things. mad respect to all professional YouTubers out there who do the things and they say the things and they're coordinated with the things they do. That's cool. It's super cool. It's the same as how I feel about art in general, is that you don't really understand how much shit goes into it until you try to do it. 'Cause, yeah. Which is true, not just about art creativity, but any job in general. It's so easy to write stuff off for people. Like, my boyfriend works, sanitation management, I think is a technical term for it, but, yeah, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye, because you have to know where to be, when to make a call about something being too dangerous to pick up, and, yeah. It's part of why, if there's anything that I'm morally opposed to, it's the judgment of anyone being quote-unquote lazy, because, I don't think anyone is voluntarily, honestly. Like, I think they're trying their best to manage the things as far as they can understand things. I don't know. Not super into being judgmental about people anyway. It's kind of a dead-end street, because with, so there was this very, memorable experience that I had one time when I went through a thrift store with my mother, and there was a person there who, I don't know what their issue was mentally, but they could not understand the concept of no and wait. They might have been autistic, they might have been something else, I'm not sure, but like, it's something that made me very appreciative for having experienced cats, because cats don't understand no. They don't understand no at all. Ever. Like, you can smack them in the face, you can be mean to them, you can maybe traumatize them, but that's not going to get you anywhere. But what you can get them to understand is something else. Let's look at this. So even, like, Ragnar has problems with nausea when he's constipated and he'll start throwing up. But if I can distract him in that time with a toy or something, I can get him to think about something else. And then he'll do that instead. So instead of, like, smacking them, making them afraid to do the wrong thing, what you do is you make them think, no, this instead, this instead, this instead. And that's, at a very base level, I think that's the only thing that people can do for each other, for themselves. Like, you have to give yourself a positive yes, a good thing to look forward to focus on. Because telling yourself no only makes you think about the thing you want to say no to more. And, and you're not going to say no to it. So, I don't know if that's the whole picture of psychology. Obviously it's not, but that's my little tidbit about that. Is if you're having trouble getting someone to stop doing the thing that's frustrating to you, whether it's your child, your pet, or whatever, give them an other than. Give them another thing. Whatever you can figure out about them that they enjoy. Here, you want this water, baby? I apologize if this is loud, but this boy really likes fresh water. Yeah, get that fresh water. I'm gonna go pee while he enjoys the fresh water. Hey, good boy. Hello? You want this? Do you want this? Okay. Turn that off. And I need a strainer for this stock. Do I not have a bigger one? Is it in the wash? There it is. Tried to make a vegetable stock for this since I didn't happen to have any fish sauce. So I need a bowl for this. Where do we have? Let's see. Let's go with this bowl. Because it has spouts that I can pour stuff off with. Alright, here we go. It makes me so self-conscious that there's nobody here to give me feedback on whether or not my audio is working. I really hope all the things are working. I'm very new to this. Oh boy. What is stanky? It smells like seaweed. It smells like hot, hot fish. I boiled some seaweed with some spinach and some green onion bits and some spinach stems just for some extra nutrients because I had been saving them for the next stock that I made. So I'll use this as my stock for this. Boy, it is stanky dog. Hello, Ragnar. What are you doing, honey? Hey, sweetie. Yeah. You all up in my business, sweet boy? You wanna smell this? Hey, Raina, you wanna smell it? Raina, you wanna smell this? No? Maybe? You wanna smell this? What is this, huh? What is it? Oh my gosh, smells so strange, yeah? Smells so strange. So strange. I think we did well enough there. I'm a little self-conscious about the amount of waste from something like that, but you know, I don't know. I tried to make a side dish last time out of the little leftovers from boiling the seaweed, and it was excessively slimy. It was not good. But I did fish out a little bit of the seaweed before it boiled as long this time, and I made a side dish from that. But yeah, some things you just have to call it. You can't use every little bit of everything. So I'm working on getting better at that. Like, I've got the ends of the last couple of cabbages that I used soaking in water to see if they'll sprout roots so that I can just replant them in my little garden on the porch as soon as it gets temperate enough that we can do that, which should be soon. I don't think we're gonna keep having freezes for much longer here. I apologize in advance, but I gotta make the garbage disposal makes a noise. Vroom! I hope this isn't too torturous for anyone joining it. I know my ears are pretty sensitive to sounds because I have chronic tinnitus issues. So I don't know how it translates to computers via microphones. I put it way up there in hopes that it would mostly get my voice and not the chopping sounds and not the other things. But, you know, you can only do so much. Just kind of trying to blaze this path, figure out the details later. And I'm not really particularly, I mean, maybe one day YouTube will become a monetary thing for me, but I'm not particularly worried about that right now. I don't know. I'm not good at making money anyway. I'm good at undercharging for commissions and then taking a million years to finish them, so that's what I'm good at. I'd be good at making food for people if it wasn't so difficult to make that happen without a bunch of regulations making it really, really awkward and difficult. I always wish I could Snapchat taste to people because food is like one of the most grounding things for me. I fucking love food. It's my fave. Alright, I'm gonna keep about that much. I'll do one more slice. Keep about that much of the cabbage stem and see if we can re-sprout another nap of cabbage off of it for sustainability. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Maybe no, maybe yes. Minimal loss if not. I think I need like 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to use my cell phone to stream, as far as I've figured out. If anyone has advice on how to circumvent that, I would be all ears, because it would make things a lot easier to just carry you all over to show you our apartment and my gardening section of the living room and all the decorations that I have put up and that sort of thing. Yeah, streaming from the phone would be a heckin' lot more easier. But, you know, trying to figure out, make whatever I can get to work first. I think there are apps I could maybe download with my phone to do it, but, like, I only put so much time into trying to figure out how to do things because I realized that at a certain point I started to get overly panicked about trying to figure out the right way to do things, and then I should just go ahead and dive in, because if I keep being apprehensive about it, I'll never get around to it at all. So this is me trying to get at it and just dive in. Just jump into it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Our cats are fighting and it's super cute. They're not fighting in a mean way, just hustling. It's so funny though, our black cat, I swear, he's not really a cat in the same way that the cat I had, Molly's mother. She wasn't really a cat either. She was like a very chubby, weird, ferret flump. Something like that. I don't know how to express it to you. If you met her, you would understand. You'd be like, this is not a cat. Nothing about this child makes me think that she is a cat. And similarly, Goblin over here. He's super sweet. He's like a very good dog in some ways, but he's not a cat. He's not a freaking cat. His eyes don't look like cat eyes. His ears look more droopy. He's got very long paws. He's not a cat. He's a secret demon. But a good demon. But a secret demon. Hello, Ragnar. Oh, there it is. I found my radish kimchi. Oh boy, that smells pungent. Oof! That would be a good starter. I'm gonna mix that in with those boys. I'm gonna mix that in with the things I'm making now, but oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's pungent. Good, salty. A little bit of tang, a little bit of sweet. It's a little more mushy than I'd prefer because I like the really crispy gaktuki. Gaktuki? I think that's what it's called. The radish kimchi. But yeah. Oh boy. Whew. Carrots. That's what I'm here for though. I'm mostly here for carrots. And for onion. Well, should I do a tiny onion or a big onion? What do you think, Ragnar? Ragnar, which one? Ragnar, which one you choose? Tiny onion, big onion? You choose tiny onion. Okay, tiny onion it is. 2 carrots. 2 carrots. I feel like showing off to anyone who's watching that I'm sprouting some lentils, some mung beans, some garbanzo beans, or chickpeas, whatever you call them, and I got some sauerkraut going the other day, and this is the best weight for weighting down the sauerkraut. If you ever do that, you slice up the cabbage real thin, you put some salt on it, pretty straightforward, like it's very simple. And then it's a really, really good method to just put water, or salt water if you're afraid of it breaking open, into a bag on top of it to keep it weighted down, because what you want to do is you want to keep all of your plant material underneath the water to avoid it getting the bad bacteria that tends to grow whenever they're exposed to oxygen. So yeah, sauerkraut's pretty straightforward and really, really delicious if you have taste buds like me. So I'm gonna give this a couple more days, maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 days, maybe a week or 2, we'll see. I'll do a little sample and decide when to start putting it in the fridge, because our house is quite cold, so things normally don't get old as fast as they would in any recommended recipes that you would have. But I don't know, I really like making my own sauerkraut. It's fucking delicious. This is much, much better than anything I've ever bought at the grocery store. And of course, sauerkraut is an acquired taste, as most things are. And I acquired that taste by being, a quarter Czech? No, half Czech? I don't know. My mom is mostly Czechoslovakian. And her family grew up, her family raised dairy cows. And ate food there a lot. Canned peaches, sauerkraut that was homemade brownies, which is, you know, I mean, it's still, like, more of a normal food, but yeah. I'm trying to remember what the word is for the kind of homemade dessert that they often had there. Latkes? Shotkes? I don't remember. It was like a little bread cookie donut thing. Kind of softer than a cookie, but not as fluffy as a donut, with a little bit of jelly on it. I don't remember what they're called. It was also the first time that I ever experienced firsthand that if you eat too many fruit sugars, you're gonna have an experience with your cleansing of your system. Because I ate like a whole can of canned peaches to myself, and I woo. That was something to experience. Where did our fucking vegetable peeler go? Where did our vegetable peeler go? I don't know where it went. Oh well. I'll just give it an extra scrub. Hello, Ragnar. Hello, sweet boy. I saw the vegetable peeler like literally 4 hours ago. And I have... Oh, hey! I found it! Yes! Even though I hate this thing, because it makes me super fucking anxious, because it's very, very easy for me to imagine just, like, my skin being shredded by that, and it's, like, massively triggering, especially because I've cut myself really badly with X-Acto blades before. But I just try to be aware of where I'm holding the thing and where the blades are going, because yeah, face your fears, right? Face your fears. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I feel it in my fingers. It hurts. It hurts so much. Alright, here we go. I'm sorry for everyone that's triggered, and I'm sorry for everyone that has to deal with me being triggered. This is just my life right now. Please skip ahead if you're easily triggered. I probably should have said that before. I'm fine. I'm still fine. I'm still fine. I'm being careful. Now switch. I hate it though. It doesn't matter whether it's reasonable or not reasonable. You can imagine it so hard, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, done. I'm done. I'm just gonna go over here for a minute and breathe. Okay, well, that actually made it worse, because I don't like being away from the expectation, because then I'm more nervouser about what everybody's thinking. So here I am. I'm back again. I'm just supposed to use down the sink. I'm not gonna put my hand on there. Rinse it. Flush it. Grind it. Goodbye. Bye-bye, bug. Okie dokie. Here we go. I'm gonna take this onion. I'm gonna chop the bottom off with a little bit of generous space, because I'm very interested in sustainable gardening. So I'm gonna see if this will grow. Maybe. Looks so moldy and gross, but I mean, that's the magic of onions. They literally have layers to protect them from the nastiness. So I'll just peel all those layers off. Could maybe use them in froth or whatever, but because the blackness of the mold that looked like it was on the outside of that skin, I'm just gonna go ahead and say goodbye to it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh boy. It's so distressing to me. I wish I could erase it from my memory. I hate it so much. I don't know if anyone watching has never experienced just like, I can keep this because that's clean. If anyone watching this has never experienced just like a visceral knee-jerk reaction to something like losing your teeth or trypophobia or anything like that, falling down a cliff, then I don't know how to explain to you how shitty it is. It's very frustrating, especially for someone who believes they are rational and fair-minded, and they are not afraid of things that are ridiculous. It's fucking impossible to explain. But yeah, here we are. We're going forward. We're moving forward. We're chopping shit. We're chopping shit real good. Gonna make this kimchi. We're gonna make it if it kills us. It won't kill us, but, you know, we will kill it because we're going to eat it and we're going to digest it. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be tasty. It's going to be so fun and tasty. I don't know. What do you think? Circles? No, we got to do matchsticks because that's what you usually do. Or kimchi. So let's do third. And third, let's smack that. Carrots are so delightful. With the juiciness of them. I don't know how illegal it is to talk about stuff like this, but if you're ever having a bad trip, for me, carrots are the solution. Because they're sweet, they're crispy, they're fresh, they're sweet, delicious, kind. There's nothing objectionable about carrots. So to me, that's always been my saving grace if you're having a bad trip, you know, to Costa Rica or Argentina or anywhere. I'm not advocating any kind of anything. No. Why would I do that? That's obviously super illegal. I love carrots though. They're very good boys. They're sweet boys. They try their best. Yep. Yes? I'm just watching our cats run around. I made them a very good trash tower out of a bunch of cardboard. It's probably one of the best things I've ever made in my life. It's a trash tower for cats. Yes! It's cute. It's fun. It gives our newest, narrowest cat a perching point where he can observe the rest of them without being encroached upon, because Molly and Ragnar are both heavy. They cannot climb up there without collapsing the tower. So that's fun. I have a shameless, unabashed love for cats and all the things they get up to. What can I say? I thought I had a comment, but it was the comment I left. I don't think anybody else is awake at this hour. My sleep schedule has flip-flopped around so much, which is not unusual. That's kind of my baseline, is that it kind of rotates out know why, how, or whatever, but yeah. I've tried to make it tamed before, and it's almost worked when I have access to Adderall, because then in the morning you take your Adderall and then you wake up and you're awake. And then you do enough stuff throughout the day that you're actually tired to go to sleep when the day ends. But it's been a while since I've had prescriptions of anything like that, and I have no idea how to manage my chemicals. I try to sleep whenever I'm sleepy, and I try to be there for people if they ever need me. I don't know. It's weird shit. It's not very easy to navigate. Not very easy. I have a lot of respect for anyone who manages their life with a mental illness or physical illness and can keep any semblance of regularity, because in my experience, it's been completely fucking random, and I try my best to help out the people that I live with, the person that I live with, whatever it is at the moment. I want to be considerate, I want to help out, I want to be good, I want to contribute, but not super easy. It's not super easy to even know when and where you are. So that's super fun. Super fun. I had dreams last night that were super vivid and specific, not only about I was supposed to be in an artist group chat where everybody was joining at the same time, and it's wild because I have about a bunch of vivid specific memories that have images attached to them that I think were what I saw, but then I actually scrolled back and I looked at the chat that was there, and I wasn't there at all, and I didn't see anything there at all, and the amount of like images that I saw didn't correlate to what was there when I actually woke up. So that's fun that my brain decided to like take this like prompt from what I thought was going to be happening and kind of create an alternate reality where I thought I was experiencing what was happening, and then I woke up and I realized that I had not in fact been part of the conversation and had not been responding to the things that were actually happening in the conversation. That's wild. And the same thing will happen to me with just conversations with my mother, my brother, or my boyfriend, like where I will think that I've had an interaction with them, and then I wake up and it's not what's happened. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. This has all been mainly to say that it's both humbling and humiliating to admit that you're not super sure about whatever reality is going on at any point in time. Because, in my case at least, that's been the experience, is that it's really fucking hard. And everyone's probably trying their best. And if they're not, why do you fucking care even? I don't know. Let's let it go, you know? I mean, I do agree with cutting toxic people out of your life and all that, but I don't agree with being super judgmental of people you have no idea what their situation is. But I might just be a crazy person. So, whatever. But look at that cute cat, though. He's so cute. Man, I feel increasingly anxious and embarrassed about this video. Please don't hate me. Woo! That's some salty seaweed. Woo! I think think I'm gonna plant all these green onion ends in my garden because I've seen some videos of people growing green onions with them just literally like planted one up on the other. So if that's true, I'm gonna make it happen. Wash those slimy boys. Yeah. Hello, Molly baby. Molly. Sweet girl. Yes. Hello, sweet baby. Where are you? Hello. Hello, Bean. Just smile, baby. Just Molly. She's a good girl. She's a whiny girl. And cute girl. And a very, very soft girl. And she loves being outside. And she loves rolling around in our hallway in front of the door. She's massively cute. I feel like she really wants me to let her outside right now, so I'm gonna go open the door and make sure she can go outside. Hey, baby. Is the video still working? It looks like it's very, very delayed. I still haven't seen myself walk back in here. And it's been like a good 30 seconds. There I am. Maybe. Yes? Yes, there's me. Yes. Hello, anyone who is here. Hello, hello. Oh, Molly, where did you go? Molly, why? Why did you leave? Okay, I think we're back on. I'll keep slicing these green onions. And I got my vegetable stock, and I need to start making my, mochiko paste. There's a paste you make with kimchi. Well, you don't have to, but it's like, rice starch, rice powder. I'll show you what I use for it. This would be much easier if I actually had fish sauce, but instead I'm making do with the things I have, so. Mochiko! Then you can get any other sweetened glutinous rice flour, whatever it's called. Sweet rice flour or glutinous rice flour. And you use that with some water and either vegetable stock or sugar or soy sauce or fish paste or any number of things. you mix that together and you make kind of like kind of a weird slurry of things. You put your green onion in it, and I might put my kimchi here into that, my radish kimchi. I'm so excited about planting all these little green onion bulbs here, so that way I can make a little garden that's always constantly growing of them. I have some going already, but not enough in comparison to how much I enjoy eating green onions in my meals. So I'm excited about planting as many green onions as possible. And yeah. Sometimes they get kind of slimy and they don't really hold out that long. We'll see. We'll see how these go. I'm not sure. In the past, I've put green onion, the sprouts that you can chop off the end. I've been putting those in just like plain water. And in that case, they tend to get a little bit too slimy and gross to keep producing green onion stems for too long. But this is my first year doing it in actual dirt. So hopefully they'll be good. We will see. And I've also been planting some of my garlic cloves if they sprout too much. I'm not gonna plant that one because he has no roots and he's a little bit massively deformed. Feels like GMO shit, but I'm gonna still eat that. Because I bet he's delicious. He's delicious. He's absolutely delicious. Do you see my boy right here? It's a Ragnar. I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but I have a favorite, and he is Ragnar. He's a very good boy. And I love him very much. Don't tell Molly, though. Though she knows. Of course she knows. Cats are not stupid. They know. They always know. They always know. But yeah, the reason that Ragnar's my favorite is just because he's the most, he's the best at communicating with me. He's the best at understanding if I'm stressed, or if he's stressed, I can understand him. So, it's just a communication thing. Ideally, I would love to be very, have no favorites, have no favoritism, be very kind to all the cats and all the humans, but this boy, I could rescue him from a fire and he would not claw me in the fucking face as I tried to take him away from the building. Where I'm not so sure that the other two would trust me enough to let me take them out of the building if there was a fire, so, Almost as if to illustrate my point right now, Molly is fighting with the black cat in her house. Thank you, Molly. Thank you so much. Thank you for demonstrating. I mean, I would rather you all get along really, really good, but, this life. Love you, sweet boy. You're real cute. You're real sweet. I love you. I love you. It's real funny. When we first got Ragnar, we had no idea what to think about him, because actually, Like, I've loved black cats for a long, long time. And I was looking for a black cat in our city when we adopted him. We adopted him from a rescue that was like rescuing like 17 kittens at the time, maybe more. Um, he had a bunch of worms and fleas and shit. And we had to take care of all that. And, he was so anxious and sad. He couldn't even, like, it made me really worried the first few nights we had him at the apartment. He kept peeing on our bed, shitting on our bed, you know, like, just not good. It was very bad. And then I realized that it was that he needed someone to feel like they were guarding the litter box for him to use it. And as soon as I realized that, I was able to kind of babysit him more and make sure he felt safe whenever he needed to use the litter box. And we're still kind of working on that, but he's much, much better at it. And I love him very much. And he's so good. He sleeps at my feet every night. And it's always very much like what's that story called? The Ugly Duckling and the Wild Goose or something like that. The Ugly Duckling. What does the Ugly Duckling turn into? I don't fucking remember. What does the Ugly Duckling turn into, Ragnar? What does she turn into? I don't remember. Anyway, he made me think of the Ugly Duckling because he was like a very wiry, anxious kitten that kept shitting in the wrong place. He for real, he had like kinky whiskers, like as if he was malnourished or something, or as if he had burnt them on something. Like, he for real was a very ugly duckling kitten. And then the more time he spent with us, the more sweeter he became. And it was super, super cute. And yeah. If I had to rescue only one cat from the house right now, it would be him, because I think Molly is more in tune with her own complicated fate. And I don't know much about our black cat, but I love him. And he's very sweet and well adjusted. But of course, ideally, I would save all of the fucking cats, because I fucking love cats. And I would rather not let any of them die, ever. It's just one of those things, those stupid fucking thought experiment things that everyone posts stupid shit about making you do. So, I don't know. I think it's useful to acknowledge what you would actually do in that situation, just to make you think about what it is that makes you think that life is worth living, basically. I might be eating my own shirt tomorrow in apology for these opinions, but, you know, here I am. Yes, I do. And in kind of a related vein, I would talk about, well, I don't know, it doesn't feel like the right time to talk about it, so let's not talk about it. I don't know. Oh my gosh, these green onions smell very fresh. I guess, based on the fact that there have been no commentators for a while, is that I think that more people are up in the middle of the night rather than in the middle of the day. So maybe I should have just tried to stay awake and tried to broadcast at like midnight or some shit. I just thought, I don't know, I thought maybe some people would be alive, awake at this point. And that doesn't seem to be the case. So, cool. Oh my gosh, my eyes are burning. Making some paste for the kimchi right now with mochiko and sugar. And a wooden stirring spoon. I'd bring it over to where you are, but that's like effort and shit. Oh boy. Okay, I'm still bringing it up to you because it was too hot, so I'll just stir it here instead of there. Goodness gracious. Stir. And put a little of the green onion and the carrot into there, maybe. I don't care at all. Fucking love kimchi. But I do wish I had some fish sauce to kind of top it off and make the flavor for sure good. Because I tried to make a combination of it, but I'm not sure that it's going to be any good. We will see. Ooh, that's an ASMR sound. Not really. A very, very shitty sound. plant all these on our porch. Un momento. Okay. Get some soy sauce and some kimchi flakes, red pepper, gochujaru to make it all do its thing. Do wish I had some fish sauce now. Apologies for not turning the camera so that you can see all the things I'm doing. It's a lot to line up. So I'm adding some soy sauce to my, excuse me, cat. Excuse me, honey. Excuse me. Now I'm making some soy sauce with the mochiko, with the green onions and regular onion, a little bit of carrot and water, obviously, soy sauce, and not soy sauce, seaweed. The first thing that I put in this pan was seaweed and fern. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know if that's really a good thing to add to your kimchi, but I just thought since I don't have much with, in the way of making a good savory, deep flavored kimchi base, I have some black fern here. That was one of the things that I boiled together with the seaweed for a while to kind of give it a good, a savory base. And then my red pepper flakes I have in the freezer here. Doesn't have to be this brand, but any kind of Korean red pepper flakes. It's pretty good for flavoring a lot of shit, really, but obviously, especially kimchi is well suited to the flavoring for this. I really love it because it is, it has a very, like, slow burn, warm heat to it, and it's not overbearing, whereas, you know, if you just, I don't know if you've ever tried a lot of different hot sauces, but there's a lot of hot sauces that just, like, hurt. They're painful. And Korean red pepper flakes are more of a slow burn, subtle, balanced flavor, in my experience anyway. Of course, all taste is a little bit subjective, so it's a little bit hard to objectively explain what it tastes like, but to my taste buds, it tastes a little bit soft, a little bit tangy, a little bit spicy, if that makes sense. And, oh my god. That's what it smells like also. Soft, tangy. Like if you could just, like, go to sleep in the sunlight in a hammock of soft, tangy spiciness, that's what this would be. I'll eat for a million years. The smell is so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Of course, all taste is subjective, but I objectively cannot even imagine a world in which I do not love this flavor because it's so. It's so good. It's so good. And I don't even know what jars I'm going to be putting this in. I have one big boy up there. Maybe I can put it into the big boy up there. Maybe I need to subdivide it into other things. We shall see. We shall fucking see. Won't we, Ragnar? Oh my god, I just want to eat this all and then go sleep right now. I'm very tired. jar at least. And the stupid straw. I don't know where the other lid is. Is the other lid up here? I don't know. I don't see another lid up here. Hopefully I can find it though. I got this big boy. So this is a fermentation jar, which originally I got for the purpose of making honey mead. But I didn't end up making any honey mead yet. Maybe at some point I will. We shall see. But it's cool because, assuming I can find the lid for this, it's the same thing I have my other batch of kimchi going on in. And it's cool because, obviously, it can minimize the amount of... Oh no, I don't see my other lid for it. I don't know where it is. Damn it. This is my other jar. That is the same kind. And just so you can see, it's got a little thing there. And this is normally what you do, is you put the little doodad in there, and then it siphons through and burbles up and just prevents bacteria from getting into your shit and lets gases burp out of it. But I don't know where all my equipment is to make it work like it's supposed to work. So, you know, we're just gonna work with what we have. Which hopefully soon will be the other lid. It's probably around here somewhere. I just don't remember where. Anyway, I got my... I don't know what the word is for it. Sweet rice flour spicy saute mix here for the kimchi. And then I've got all my sliced up bits here. All right. Here we go. Now, if this was one of Mac and Cheese videos, you'd probably be wearing gloves right now to make it so her hands don't get super dirty. And, you know, you don't have to experience the weirdness that is holding a bunch of these materials with your bare hands. But, you know, I don't have any tiny gloves. I do have some gloves in the back there, the Venom Steel nitrile gloves, but they do not fit my hands very well. So they basically just make it more difficult and inconvenient to try to do anything at home. But no worries. I've washed my hands a bunch of times before doing this. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's so tasty. It's so tasty. It's so tasty. You don't even know. It's so tasty. Okay. Put that in the sink. Holy shit. It tastes very, 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 very delicious. Here we go. Eating the, oh my gosh, cats. I so much just want to turn off the camera so that nobody gets to see me massage kimchi right now because I'm massively self-conscious about this. Anyway, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. the like the seasoning packets that we did for it anyway. Okay, maybe I'll just start trying to put it in here. So that way we can start to and more stuff drops down. As I've said before, if you want an actual recipe and an exact way of doing the things, you should probably go to people who are professional chefs, because I'm just amateur chef and I'm just trying to figure shit out. Mostly, oh my god, I keep dropping shit. It's so hard to not make more mistakes as someone who is self-conscious about what they're doing. I'm so self-conscious. I'm so self-conscious. It's stupid. Luckily, nobody else is gonna eat my kimchi. Almost certainly. Maybe my mom if she comes up to visit, but almost certainly no one. And red pepper flakes and salt will kill the bacteria, germs, whatever the fuck. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. But you should all make your own kimchi and your own sauerkraut and stuff. 'Cause, you know, it's weird times. I'm just gonna keep putting it in the jar now. I know there's so much falling to the side of it, and I'm just whatever. Here we go. Because I know I don't even have another jar to fill this up like this. So here we fucking go. Oh my god. Ah! My fingers feel so spicy. A lot of times before when I've made kimchi, I've just like let the kimchi leaves set there for a while with the salt on them, the salt and the salt water. And it will wilt them and it'll make them much smaller where they can fit in a fucking jar like this without so much difficulty. But you know what? On this day, since I chose to record myself, I felt obligated to do it all in one go. And that's not how kimchi does do very good. It is not how kimchi does do very good. You're supposed to let it kind of sweat its moisture out a little bit so you can fit it into this fucking thing better. So take that as advice as you will. And go watch Mangchi's videos on how to do kimchi good. Cause I'm just half-ass doing this shit. Yeah, you know. Alright. Oh my god. It's terrible. It's terrible. Figure out what to do with the other half of the kimchi. I still need to sort into something. It might be like 3 other jars. That's probably how I'll do that. It's just putting it into 3 other jars. But I need to just be able to breathe and chill and not worry about other people watching me right now because I'm yep. Alright, cool. Take care of yourself. Thank you for joining me for awkward cooking time with Izzy.